Overseas, Turkey's highly anticipated presidential election now headed to a runoff with no candidate winning at least 50% of the vote. Opponents to current President Erdoğan hope to see an end to his 20 years in power. Raf Sanchez has the latest.
Recep Tayyip Erdoğan.
Tonight, Turkey's presidential election on a knife edge, and with it, the future of the country's democracy and its relationship with the West. Opponents of President Recep Tayyip Erdoğan hope to beat him in a knockout and bring an end to his 20 years in power. But the authoritarian leader defying polls that had him trailing and sounding triumphant in an early morning speech.
We do not doubt that the choice of our nation, which gave the majority in the parliament to our alliance, will be in favor of trust and stability in the presidential election.
But Erdoğan's still short of the 50% needed for a first-round win, and now faces a runoff in 2 weeks' time against challenger Kemal Kılıçdaroğlu, who today urged his disappointed supporters to fight on.
I am here and so are you. I swear, I will struggle until the end. I am here.
The opposition is not claiming voter fraud, but is accusing state media of unfairly boosting Erdoğan, an argument echoed by international observers.
The incumbent and the ruling parties enjoyed an unjustified advantage, including through biased media coverage.
But turnout a stunning near 90%, even in areas devastated by the earthquake that killed tens of thousands earlier this year. Democracy amid the destruction.
We are in a very desperate situation, and it is not clear what will happen.
Erdoğan was first elected in 2003 as a reformer. But after a failed military coup against him, he's become increasingly authoritarian, jailing journalists and tightening control of the courts. Do you see this as a last chance for democracy in Turkey?
Sadly, I have to say so. So far, I have argued that Turkey is not an autocracy. It's a democracy that has fallen under an autocrat. But with so many institutions having folded under President Erdoğan, I think that if Erdoğan wins again, the last independent institutions will fold under him.
Relations with NATO also strained under Erdoğan, who lashed out at President Biden on the campaign trail and has refused to join Western sanctions against Russia. His challenger promising to repair ties with the West, including by greenlighting Sweden's membership of NATO, which is currently being blocked by Erdoğan. An election with much at stake for Turkey and the world.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Follow today's top stories and breaking news by downloading the NBC News app.